Lick your lip. Then spread them out harder. Ooh.
Hey guys, it's the FaithDuo,
What's up?
and we're here to talk about our subtraction. So our addition was subtracted. So we do not have a dog anymore.
Yeah.
What happened?
He was an amazing dog. He never went to the bathroom in the house. He pretty much did what you asked him to do, and Raph even put his bed right outside in the hallway, and he just laid out there all night. You know, normally you have to train a dog to do that, and so he didn't come in our room and bother us or nothing. He was just so sweet. And but he was previously abused, like we mentioned in the other video, and he just had 2 questionable occurrences with Ava, our small child, and I contacted the counselor to ask her what I could do to help them bond better, but you know, we just decided that it wasn't really worth the risk of letting them or taking the time to let them bond, because he was so big and Ava was so small. Like, even if he just nipped at her, it could hurt her really bad.
Right.
So we just let him go back. How'd that make you feel?
Yeah, they reckon him to go back, and so I was a little bummed out because I thought I had a dog. You know, it's my first dog, and so and he was really
I'm
good
sorry.
too.
Yeah, he was so good, y'all. And I was bummed out, but I was relieved too, because I don't know, it wasn't the work I was gonna have to put into him. It was just like,
I mean, we already had a lot going on. I guess,
yeah,
already.
it was just a lot going on. And then I didn't really like we do things. I guess we don't realize how much we do and go places. So I don't like pinning up dogs like that. And you know, so anyways, I guess maybe in a different chapter of our lives we'll do it.
Maybe down the road we will.
Yeah, when the kids are older.
And so we wanted to talk about when bad things happen or when things don't go your way. Is it God's fault that that happens?
No.
Let's see. No. Well, I think that a lot of people do think that when bad things happen that they blame God, because they say, oh, well, God allowed it to happen, or he's testing me, or, you know, just trying to pin the blame on somebody or something, right?
Right. And I don't know, I guess because, I don't know, I just always thought God was nothing but good. So I never really thought that when that bad stuff happened in my life, I never really thought that it was his fault.
Right.
But there's actually a verse that talks about how God doesn't tempt us. And so I'll read it to you guys. It's in James chapter 1, verse 13. It says, "Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone."
He's not going to put us in a situation where he's going to tempt us, because that's not his nature.
No,
Every
it's not.
good and perfect gift comes from above.
Yeah.
And so it's impossible for God to put us, you know, in a bad situation where it tempts us or makes us think evil or just any type of negative response.
Yeah, doubt or, you know, something like that. So.
And so we think about why or how does this happen? And so I think there's 2 things, and the first one is God gave us choices. He, you know, formed Adam and Eve in the garden, and he gave them, you know, a choice to do good or evil.
Right.
You know, free will. He gave us free will.
Right, because I mean, we're his creation and he wants us to love us. If he didn't give us a choice and just want us to be like robots, it wouldn't be true love for
Right.
him.
So let's talk about good and evil. God created good. He said every good and perfect gift comes from him. And so when we go against his law or his goodness, that's where, you have that evil come forth or sin, and sin equals death. And that's where, we have all
the bad stuff that happens,
that springs forth. Yeah.
Like sickness and just
family
dying and stuff like
a lot of things come from other people's bad decisions.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
And the next section we want to talk about is God created a living world for us to live in. He didn't create a safe world, but a world that's moving, that has moving parts, and that's always changing. And so some of that may come from natural disasters like tornadoes, hurricanes, fires, from lightning or something like that. It's a living, moving world that he created.
Right. There's a verse that talks about that too. In Matthew 5, verse 45, it says that you may be sons of your Father in heaven, for he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and the unjust. So, everybody gets equal treatment.
Yeah. That's why I guess people say, why do good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know that's hard to accept, and but we see it every day. We see it every single day, and we say it's not fair. And sometimes it's not. It doesn't feel like it's fair, but it happens.
A lot of times when bad things happen, God's goodness is kind of revealed to people, and they see that they start depending on him, whereas they felt like they didn't need him before. They start depending on him and realizing like he's the one thing that's constant and true in this life. And so, bad things show people that God is here for them.
So when John 9 talks about the blind man, and Jesus says that, this happened so that, God can be revealed through him. And so when bad things do happen, we can always, look to find a bright light or what do they say, a silver lining at the end of the tunnel. No, a silver lining for this bad thing to happen, so God can be glorified through through him. He gave us choices, and we can choose to do good or evil. And he gave us a living world to live in, so bad things may happen. And the rain falls on the just and the unjust.
And once you have realized that you can hold on to God during hard times, it makes it easier to get through trials. So definitely always lean on God, because his word is constant, and the truths in here were true back then and they're true now. So it's not God's fault, you guys. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
That's right. Click that notification bell as well. Be the light.
God's plan. God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't.
Hold on.
Yeah, I messed up. That phrase is bad. Silver lining at the end of the tunnel.
God's plan. God's plan.